Hey, all my Crochet After Dark buddies. It's Gwen here at Crochet After Dark. And I know I look silly sitting here in a beanie, but you know what? Some of y'all have watched me work on the cat's ear beanie for at least 2 nights now. And I worked on this sucker until I got it finished tonight. I am very shocked to say that it's really, I think, too big for me. I have it, there's a lot of room up at the top. I have a cat who's trying to get in my lap and I don't want him up here, but it's finished. So I trusted the process and I went with it. And when I put it all together, voila, it actually looks like I have cat ears up here on top of my head. And you can tweak them so that they look more pokey. I'm taking it off now because my head is hot. So I can get my hair back in some kind of order. Was really quite easy to do. It was just literally a triangle. And then you seam it together with slip stitch on the long side. One of them is very easy to slip stitch into, although the top part of it doesn't look as great as it could. But the top of it, I'm almost ashamed to show y'all, but my top did not come out looking good. These were the sides, you know, where you crochet over, you chain two, turn, etc. And I'm not used to slip stitching into something like this. And so it's not as attractive as I would like it to be. I think I need to practice more on that. And I missed a stitch altogether there. But this is my practice run. So for a practice run, I was pretty proud. This is what it looks like when it's like this. And then when you put it on, you make the little cat ears. I'm going to have to put y'all on hold for a minute. Orlando's trying to drill on everything over here. Okay, that took a little longer than I thought it would. Orlando also wanted his treats, and then he got choked. So I had to try to do the kitty Heimlich on him, kind of keeping an eye on him. I think I've mentioned before that all he has are his canines and incisors in his mouth, and he was gobbling his treats and got choked. Poor baby. I'm telling you. Okay. So after all that excitement, I don't even know where to begin. Begin again, as it were. Anyway, so I made the hat, got it done. Wanted to show y'all that during this Vlogmas, I managed to finish one thing. I think it's not true. I think I finished a placemat also. Yeah, I think it was the placemat I finished. So I did finish that. And once I finished the hat, I came back to my red coaster. And I wanted to show y'all something here. I'm going to come closer to the camera. I ordered this yarn off of Amazon. You get what you pay for. It was very, very cheap, but it's red, white, and green, and it has some sparkly in it. You can see some of the sparkles there. But I'm thinking there's like 3 or 4 more rows before I finish this. But I'm thinking about doing the border on it in this color with the sparklies. And I think the reds match closely enough. I know you probably can't tell on there. Let me see if I can pull a piece of it free. I've got some white and some red there. So I think it'll be just fine. I think it might make it a little more festive. If I don't like the way it looks, I can always pull it off and just come back to the red, not have to not do that. But I got it. It was like six of these little tiny skeins of it. It was really dirt cheap, $3.99 or something. I almost felt like I was buying yarn at Ice Yarns with that kind of price on it. uh, so that's like my big things I'm working on or have been working on. I sat here on the couch today and was hell bent that I was going to finish that hat because I said I can't go on to Vlogmas today without having that hat finished. So the hat is finished. Yay! Will I make another one? I don't know. It was really a little bit time consuming and it did eat up quite a bit of yarn, which as a matter of fact, I still have laying on the back of the couch here. This is all that I have left of a skein of yarn that had 359 yards in it. So I'm guessing it probably took half of it, a little bit more than half of this easily. So I don't know. If I were to get better at the seaming them together at the top and thought I wanted to try to sell them, I don't know if price would end up being prohibitive, if people would buy them or not. You never know. You don't know what people will do you? We're having a bad bad behavior night at our house. We've had a bad behavior day. You can probably hear Coco growling in the background because Jackson has been terrorizing her all day long. And he is evidently, because I'm occupied, he's going to go after her. Cats and kids, right? Don't know what to do with them. Don't know what we would do without them. I don't like this situation. This is just developed, or has really, maybe it's just that I've been able to see it because I've been home this past week. But I'm very disturbed by it. Still wondering if Coco should have her own room. Just, I hate to segregate any cat. I don't like to, I don't want her to feel like she has been the bad cat. I don't know. If any of y'all have a hotline to Jackson Galaxy, let me know. Maybe he can come and figure out why my cats are bad. Who knows? You feeling better, Yellow Cat? Good boy. You ate all your treats already, so don't come over here asking for more. I gave Max his night-night treats, as I call them here at our house. And he's going to beg me for more for the rest of the night because that's the kind of pupper he is. He's going to be thinking that he should, when I get ready to go to bed, that there should be another set of cookies waiting for him. Okay, y'all, I can't count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Managed it. Y'all know I have trouble with these because I do have to count while I'm trying to talk to y'all as well. I think I'm going to be sad when Vlogmas is over. It's been kind of fun coming here every night and knowing that I'm going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, about crochet and about yarn. Pardon me. And that I'll be talking to an audience that loves those things as much as I do. But after Vlogmas is over, now that I've gotten a kickstart with my channel with Vlogmas, I don't want to let that momentum lapse. So I'm going to be back. I don't know yet. I'm kind of like looking at my calendar. Excuse me. I know when now I'm going to start coughing and not be able to stop. Maybe somebody needs to give me a Heimlich like I thought I was going to have to give the cat. I just need to figure out a couple of days a week when I can come online and share with y'all what's going on, what I'm working on. If I buy yarn, I can touch the yarn. I can tell y'all how wonderful it is. Excuse me. And you can ogle it from afar. I don't know, but I am going to miss coming here every day and seeing what's happening, talking to y'all. It's been a whole lot of fun. I'm acting like it ends tonight. There's still 3 more days of Vlogmas. So I shouldn't be acting like that. Today on day 22, on December 22nd, this would have been my mother's 95th birthday. She passed away when she was, figured this out earlier, 79, I believe. No. Yes. I don't know. I'd have to do some math. She passed away in 2006. That was 19 years ago, right? She would have been 75. Yes, that's right. That's right. So I can think about my mother nowadays. I still sometimes get sad when I think about her no longer being here with us. But my sister and I, we talk about her frequently, and we can laugh about the stories. Our mother was, she was a character. And my little great niece, she has 2 middle names. She has her first name, and then she has 2 different middle names, one for each of her grandmothers. And we always tell her that she acts kind of like our mother, and we torment her with it to a certain extent. I had to count again. Sorry. But she is, Adeline is a hoot. Our youngster. I try not to use her name, and I just did it. But she is. We will tell her tales about our mother, and we tell her, "You're so fortunate because we were raised by wolves." We tell her that our parents were tough and rough on us, and really, we grew up in a very loving home with loving parents. I always joke. It's really not a joke. We grew up in Leave It to Beaverland. We didn't know that there were times that we were very poor. We didn't know if my parents, I knew my parents fussed and argued, but if they ever had a big, ugly blowout, I never knew about it. You know, we grew up in a kind of a different world. I found out later than some of my classmates. And I felt sort of bad because I had been so clueless that some of my classmates went through some hard times. We all do, I suppose. But I do look back on memories of my mother very fondly. And I didn't know I looked like her until I lost a significant amount of weight. I think my sister had posted a picture on Facebook of the 2 of us, and one of our cousins said, "Oh my gosh, you look so much like your mother." And I remember calling my sister up and saying, "Do I look like mother?" And she was like, "Yeah, you do. You look just like her." And I had to go spend a lot of time in the bathroom mirror going, "Do I really look like my mother?" And yes, I do look like my mother. And like all of us, I sometimes hear my mother's voice come out of my mouth, which is always scary for us, right? Because we're like, "I am not like my mother." Oh. But I do hear my mother's voice come out sometimes. Not a bad thing, not a bad thing at all. But don't know what I'm going to be working on tomorrow. I'd like to, I don't know if I'll work anymore on this. I can't remember the name of it suddenly. That thing you put been a big shift when I moved from the Premier Basics over here to this rough cotton. I was like, oh my gosh, my fingers really enjoyed those days that I spent working with that Premier Basics. I know that one thing, I don't know if I'll start it tonight because I think I'm going to have to watch a YouTube video or two to remind myself of how to use it. But I was thinking about trying out my Centro machine. Do any of y'all have a Centro, a little hat knitting machine? I made some hats on it a few years ago. I use them mostly around the house. I don't go anywhere wearing a hat because I don't know. I'm too tough for a hat or something. I don't know why I don't wear it. It's usually not cold enough here. I will wear them if I'm out in the yard or, putzing around in the winter, but I don't typically wear a hat when I go anywhere, a beanie or any other sort of hat. But I was thinking I might play with the Centro again. I bought some furry pom-poms. I thought that'd be kind of cute. Make some hats with some pom-poms and either gift them to people or maybe be able to sell them at some point. Who knows? So I may play with the Centro. I don't know if I'll do it tonight. It's already 10 o'clock, and I don't know if I want to get embroiled in something that's going to take me a while to remember how to do. But so those are the kind of things that I'm working on at the moment. I'd like to get this placemat finished and put that funky little yarn I got from Amazon on here, see what it's like. And then figure out what I'm going to do next after that. So I need to make a list before New Year's. I don't like to make New Year's resolutions because as soon as I make them, they're broken. I used to try to do the whole thing of I'm going to eat better, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to exercise. And by January 2nd or 3rd, those things have already they're gone. Not thinking about those resolutions anymore at all. So I think what I want to do is I want to just make a list of the things I want to either crochet, things I already know how to do that I want to crochet during the year, and also new techniques I want to learn. I want to learn how to do Tunisian crochet, for instance. I think it looks really pretty. I did a little swatch of it once, and I thought this could be kind of nice. And it does, it's kind of that midway between knitting and crochet. You get a fabric that looks more like knitting, and but you're really using crochet techniques more than anything else to do it. So I think I want to do some Tunisian, and I have other projects that I want to work on. I just feel it's so weird. A friend of mine told me she always reads her horoscope and my horoscope. And she told me at the beginning of December, she said, your horoscope says that you need to embrace your creativity, that you're going to have a burst of creativity in the month of December. Well, it's been a slow creativity, I think. I haven't managed to knock out too many projects, but I do feel the desire and the urge to be creative. And so I think maybe my horoscope was right. We always laugh, she and I. My horoscope seldom say anything about my romantic life. Hers always talk about it. Neither one of us have romance on the horizon, I can tell you. So I always think it's kind of funny when that's what her horoscope is always telling her about, whichever man is not going to show up on her doorstep. I put that "not" in parentheses when I said it. But mine seldom does. Mine doesn't talk a lot about the men in the world who are going to be knocking down my doorway. Again, a big old knot that goes with that. So, but as I start making that list, probably going to share it or share some of it with y'all. And maybe y'all can help me with that list. You know, what are some things that you want to work on this year? What are, are your desires to make a wearable? Do you want to, I want to make a basket, for instance. I'm very intrigued by, I always like it, these people who make them out of their scrap yarn. And my question always is, how do you have enough scrap yarn to do that? Maybe I just haven't crocheted enough, but it was like, do you mix like acrylics with cottons? Do you just use cotton? I don't know. Again, another subject to do some more exploration on. So these are the things that are rolling around up here in my head about what I want to do and how I want to pursue these things. One of the things I want to do also is I want to get my new craft room set up, and I want to be able to set up stuff in that craft room so that I can work in there, and I can, when I do a YouTube video, I have a better space than the couch in my living room. I love all those spaces where they've got all the yarn behind them. And I know that it's so aesthetically pleasing, but just sitting here while I've been trying to crochet on this coaster placemat, Orlando has been at my feet. I've got the yarn in a little basket down on the floor. He's been down there grabbing at the yarn. So I just don't think I can have that beautiful display as much as I would like to. And I have absolutely no clue how to set that up in any other fashion. Y'all know what? I sat here and talked to y'all. I picked up the wrong crochet hook, and I crocheted a whole set of stitches with the wrong size hook. I wasn't very smart, was it? So that's what I get for trying to talk while I crochet. Well, I'm going to let y'all go for the evening. I'm going to quit yammering at you. And I'll be back tomorrow with day 23 of Vlogmas. As always, I'm going to make my pitch. If you have liked what you heard here tonight, if you'd like to see more of what I crochet or try to crochet, if you'd like to see more of my pets, they have been kind of on the down low tonight, haven't they? Max is over here. All you can see is the black blob. Orlando is out of sight. And I know that my two girls, Maisie and Can are asleep in the hallway. Coco's hiding. I do not know what Jackson is doing. He's probably plotting world destruction. Tomorrow, find out if Jackson was successful in his bid for domination of the formal dining area. We'll find out, aka my office. This is currently my office back here behind me, and it is also the formal-ish dining room in my house. So tune in, see what he manages to do overnight, and please subscribe. I have 71 subscribers, 4 away from my goal of 75. When I hit 75, I'll set up another goal and see if I can hit it. Please like the video. And if you have a comment about anything, about something that you think I ought to work on, a comment about how to make Jackson quit fighting with Coco, I'd like to hear that. Just anything. If you just want to say hi and let me know what the temperature is like where you are, I'm always happy to hear from y'all. So good night for tonight, and I will see y'all tomorrow for day 23 of Vlogmas. We're getting ever closer to Christmas. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.